Did passing Kareem close the case once and for all about LeBron being the GOAT?
Well, I didn't need that. I always thought it was the GOAT before he had this record, although most of us, I thought back in 2018, the way he was playing, that he was going to break the record. Even if he was 6th or 7th in scoring, I was saying that when he wasn't top 5 in scoring. I was saying that I believe he was the GOAT based on what he's done, how he's played the game, and what he's been able to do once he got to a team that hadn't had a whole lot of success before he got there. LeBron now is number 1 in points, 4th in assists, 9th all-time in steals, 9th in threes. And look, I get what Jordan did. Jordan won 6 titles with the same team, but LeBron has won 3 titles. And Jordan had historically great coaches, a historically great coach, especially in Phil Jackson. And so to win 3 titles, 3 different teams, 3 different systems, and he won one with Eric Spoelstra, won one with Ty Lue and Frank Vogel. LeBron has done it longer, at a high level. So even if you want to say what Jordan had, his apex was higher. LeBron hadn't come down. We saw Jordan in Washington. He wasn't looking like that, and he was in year 14 and 15. So for me, I never had a doubt. I didn't need him to break Kareem's record, although I knew that he would. But this is icing on the cake. Okay, this is whipped cream, peanuts, and the cherries on the top of a sundae, whatever you want, whatever topping you want to address the core issue is he's the great. All the all-time scoring record did was make it a cherry or whipped cream or whatever dressing you want on top of what you already knew. What your eyes tell you, Skip?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked me. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
My eyes tell me that this is a laughable discussion that we're having, and it's shameful, and it's pathetic, and I'm offended by it once again, but I take nothing away from what LeBron just accomplished.
That's all you try to do.
No, I don't. I've been honoring with every word I've spoken what he achieved as a longevity, durability achievement.
But
if we switch gears now to GOAT, it ain't even close, to borrow one of your favorite expressions. And I don't even understand how you can begin to make a case. If we start with the fact that obviously LeBron has now played 338 more games than MJ did, so we can throw out all the numbers, all the stats, the career stats, they don't count anymore.
Durability. Yeah. It's not LeBron's fault that Jordan couldn't stay healthy, or he got burned out. How's that LeBron's fault?
He did stay healthy through 98, and then he willingly, voluntarily took 3 years off to support his coach, who got fired or pushed out the back door in Chicago. And he said, if he's out, I'm out. Took 3 years off, came back in Washington as a ceremonial player who also doubled as the general manager of the Washington
But I love
Wizards.
how you say he was ceremonial. But let me ask you a question. Had he won a title, would it have been a ceremonial title?
No, but he wasn't going to win a title.
Why not?
Didn't take care of himself.
So, hold on. So you mean to tell me that Michael Jordan went into a situation and they didn't expect him to win a title? Tell me the situation LeBron James has entered, and he wasn't expected to win a title. You expect him to win a title in year 20 right now.
Okay, well, the shock of this season to me, watching what do my eyes tell me, I have never, ever seen a superstar playing at such a high level have so little impact on a one-loss record as LeBron is having on the Lakers' one loss right now, because they're 5 games under 500. It's Jordan-esque in Washington. That's what's happening right now.
Skip, you do realize...
And he's got Anthony Davis and, for what it's worth, Russell Westbrook.
Skip, it takes more. You remember when Jordan was winning those scoring titles and they was losing?
Thank you for bringing that up. So let's frame this with the fact that now LeBron is the all-time point scorer, yet Michael Jordan won 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1, 10-1.
Yeah.
And there is this other end of the floor called defense, and Michael doesn't get nearly the respect he deserves.
He won Defensive Player of the Year.
He won Defensive Player of the Year, but nobody ever talks about it. He was the steals champ of this league 3 times to LeBron's 0. And he made first team all defense 9 times to LeBron's 5 times. First team, that we're talking about first team all defense, 9-5. And LeBron's played much more basketball, obviously. So you step back from this and you say, well, LeBron's a great passer. I always say he's the best passer. He continues to be the best passer in the game. If Michael Jordan had wanted to be LeBron James, he would have been LeBron James. But they didn't ask him to be because he didn't want to be.
So what if LeBron James? But see, this is what you do. Anytime somebody says something about LeBron, you said if Jordan wanted to do that, he could have.
Okay, well, what did he do? And how about 1989? Look at his numbers. 1989, he averaged 8 assists a game, and he wasn't even trying.
Well, how many,
8 a game?
LeBron does that in his sleep.
Ooh. Well,
and
he did
LeBron,
one time he led the league in assists.
No, I ain't say lead the league. Look, Jordan's never led the league in assists.
Okay.
I'm saying he's led.
But 8, if he had said, I'm not a scorer, I'm going to pass the basketball, he can pass it just the way LeBron can.
What if LeBron says, you know what, I want the mentality, I'm going to have the mentality for a year, what Jordan and Kobe had. Do you think he could have done more? Absolutely he could.
Okay.
But see, here's the problem that I have. This is where I want to push back. You said Jordan won the scoring title 10 times. How many home run titles did Hank Aaron win? And he was all-time home run leader. How many home run titles did Barry Bonds win?
Okay, I don't even care. I'm just talking about 10-1.
Skip,
that's all you need to know. Case closed. Game over.
Skip.
Game over.
So if that's your
out.
If that's your argument,
you lost.
How many home run titles did Hank Aaron? Because he's the all-time home run leader.
Aaron? I don't care. I care about 10-1. You can't compare basketball to baseball.
Yes, you can. But what you're saying is because LeBron didn't win 10 scoring titles, how can he possibly be the all-time leader in scorer? So I'm asking you, if Barry Bonds is the all-time home run leader, how can he be that when he only led the league in home runs maybe once or twice?
All right, so I got 5 MVPs for Jordan to 4 for LeBron.
Okay.
But LeBron's played a lot longer than Jordan, so 5-4. And then we start looking at shooting percentages. Michael was an 84% free throw shooter. Not great, but very
field
good.
Goal. What was the field goal percentage?
Wait a second. 84% to 74 for LeBron. So he's 10 percentage points higher at the free throw line. That's game over right there.
No. Okay, field goal percentage, three-point percentage. You got to keep going. What's the three-point percentage for Jordan?
Okay, again, they did not feature it in those days.
So, hold on. When did Reggie Miller play? Did Reggie Miller play yesterday?
He was the aberration of the day.
He's the aberration.
Yeah.
So, in other words, if Jordan could do it, he would have done it.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
I was there the night that at Game 7 at the United Center, Reggie versus Michael, and Michael said, get out of the way, please, because Reggie wasn't in his league.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. Anytime Jordan didn't do something, you said because he didn't want to. You never give the benefit of the doubt to any other player other than Jordan. Jordan couldn't shoot threes because if he could, he would have.
Okay, well, he did against Portland in Game 1.
Skip, you take one game. Okay. LeBron just hit 9 the other night.
Okay, LeBron is a miserable three-point shooter, and you know he is.
And Jordan is worse than Bron.
He came into the game last night ranked 143rd. I gave you the stat the other day. Since LeBron came into the league, if you rank every three-point percentage shooter since he came in, LeBron ranks 482nd in three-point shooting percentage.
And his career percentage
34.5.
And his career percentage is still 2 to 3 percentage points better than Jordan.
All right.
So if he's a terrible three-point shooter, what the hell was Mike?
Okay. And then we have meltdowns. Shall I start on the meltdowns? Because Michael had 0 meltdowns. There's no you can't find me one playoff series where you say, he just melted down. He just faded away. He lost it.
He never melted down, but did he ever lose a playoff series? See, what you get caught up in is how he lost the series. Did you win or did you lose? That's all the thing on the menu at my restaurant. When you club Shay Shay, you get a dub or you get an L. So which one did he get?
Orlando, 2009. He hits the shot heard around the world to even the series at 1-1, and he goes to Orlando, and they lose 2 games, and then they lose in 6. They get closed out.
He averaged 38. He averaged 38 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Okay, go ahead.
Everybody at ESPN said, boy, you got to give it up to this kid now. And I said, well, you got to get to Kobe. I want to see him versus Kobe. And then and Kobe's sitting there waiting on him in the finals, and he didn't show.
But Skip, people want to see. Well, I want to see Michael against Magic in his prime. Not when Magic had gotten old. But that didn't happen. But you never said a word. People never said, why can't Michael face Magic in his prime in the 80s? Why didn't it happen? Why couldn't he beat Bird in his prime?
I was all over this series. It's 2010, the end of his first go-around in Cleveland. They're up on Boston because I thought LeBron played his greatest ever game in Game 3 at Boston on a Friday night. I was mesmerized by it. They go up 2-1, and right on schedule, they lose 4, 5, and 6. And Dan Gilbert, his owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, accused LeBron of quitting, and somebody within his inner sanctum leaked to ESPN that LeBron had to be sedated for 4, 5, and 6 because of a problem with the teammate in the locker room. And I'm like, what?
Let me ask you a question. Can you tell me the team that they put together to beat Jordan? You do realize the Boston Celtics did not draft Kevin Garnett. You do realize they did not draft Ray Allen. But what did they do? They went and got those guys. Okay. So tell me the team that was put together.
Was Jordan ever accused of quitting by an owner? Well, seriously.
You said he quit. You said did he not quit in 1993 when he didn't play for a year and a half? What the hell was that?
Well, he got forced out.
Nah, he got forced out.
Well, it was
okay,
a forced
what about the next year?
sabbatical by the
Okay,
commissioner.
what about after the last 98? Did he not quit?
98?
Yes.
Well, he did, but on principle,
No.
yes, he stopped.
No, that's on principle.
He didn't quit. He retired. He retired.
Oh, so-
He just said, "I'm not going to play anymore. You fire him, I'm out." And
So he quit.
Stood by.
So he pouted. He pouted.
He retired.
He
He did not
pouted.
pouted. He retired. And then, dare I bring up Dallas, first go around with the Heat, 2011. I've never seen anything like it before. He goes up 2-1. He goes back to his hotel, according to ESPN, and he's making a list. I'm going to tell him so and tell him so, tell him so. And games 4, 5, and 6, even you have to admit, it was not a pretty sight.
But Skip, I remember when Jordan went up 2-1 on the Pistons. Did anybody say he quit?
No, because
they lost
they
the
had
game.
hell to pay trying to stop it.
Hold on, no, Skip. See, you keep saying they had hell to pay, and they wrote books on how the Jordan rules. At the end of the day, he lost.
Okay.
But you see, what y'all do is y'all found a way to romanticize losing when it comes to Jordan. Like when he dropped 63 against the Celtics, they lost.
That was pretty romantic to me.
Who in the hell get credit for losing?
And Larry Bird, your
Jordan.
favorite player growing up, said, "I think I just saw God in sneakers, and his name is Michael
Yeah,
Jordan."
but he lost. Nobody else in the history of basketball had been given credit for losing like Michael Jordan because he did it with a flair.
Okay.
He could fly through the air. He had his tongue hanging out, and he had the big baggy short, and he had great-looking shoes. Y'all romanticize losing for this man. I'm not saying that he's not great because he's ill. I'll be foolish to say that. But to sit here and criticize everything, and you've tried to do that at every turn. Oh, he's all-time lead scorer, but he played 300 more games than mine. What the hell they got to do with this?
Spurs, Game 6, 2013, down the stretch. Last minute, LeBron turned it over twice. Unforced errors, missed the
What about the
threes
six-
to tie, and then Ray Allen saved
But
his
see,
legacy.
hold on. You say I love context. Why would you provide context? They were down 10 points to start the fourth. How many points did LeBron score? They scored 30. He scored 16, assisted on another 6.
All right.
That's 22 of the 30 he had his hand in. But you don't never mention that.
Okay, they were so in trouble that it took my guys missing free throws. It took Manu missing a free throw and Kawhi missing a free throw. We're not even having this conversation.
Yeah. See what you do, like when Tom Brady came back from 21-3, you didn't say, well, it took the Falcons doing this,
28.
this, and this. 28, excuse me, 28-3.
Yeah.
You never said it took the Falcons to do this, this, and this. You applauded the greatness of Tom Brady. When LeBron James come back, now you want to applaud the greatness. You'll fixate on what your Spurs didn't do as opposed to what they did do.
They came back. The Heat came back thanks to him. And then all of a sudden, at about the 5-minute mark, LeBron just disappears, and here come the Spurs. And they had the game well in hand to the point that Heat fans are fleeing into the night.
Okay.
I was there.
Yeah.
Fleeing into the night because the game's over.
And then what happened?
Up 5 with 23 seconds.
What happened in regulation, and then what happened in overtime?
Ray Allen happened.
Who took the game over in overtime?
He did. I give you that.
Okay, then.
My team was shot in the heart.
No, what do you mean they shot the heart?
And then the next year, my Spurs said, okay, watch this. And it was over in 5 games by a record finals margin. Not exactly MJ-esque,
Skip,
right?
Here's the thing. Michael Jordan never went into a finals in which he was not the favorite.
And he never needed a game 7 in any of those 6 finals.
He was always the favorite. Okay, give Mike credit. I ain't got no problem with that. But the way that you've tried to like minimize LeBron's greatness at every turn. What does Michael Jordan was never the all-time scoring leader. So the comparison between Bron and Jordan should have never been made. It should have always been with Kareem because we're talking about the all-time scoring leader.
Okay.
That's not what Jordan was.
All right. Then we get to clutchness. And again, I give LeBron high marks because he has made some clutch shots, and you've got them all listed. There are some. It's 20 years worth. And yet, if you look at the overall 20 years just in the, well, you do regular and postseason, and you say, wait a second, since LeBron entered the league, nobody has even come close to missing as many clutch shots as LeBron James. Late and close shots, he's 30 clear of KD and Russ on that, 30 clear.
But you do realize that LeBron came in the league 4 years before KD and 5 years before Russ. Okay, so I hope he has more.
30 clear?
Skip. So let me ask you a question. How many clutch shots do you think a player would attempt in a season? Let's just say it's 5. So it's 5, and he came in 4 years before KD. It's 5 or 6 before, and he came in 5 years before Russ. So by sheer numbers, That's about right.
Okay, and his Achilles heel has always been the late game, close game free throw line because he has missed since he entered the league 17 of those, which is very high because the next on the list is J.R. Smith at 8. So it's nine clear to J.R. Smith.
Just for my clarification and the people at home, Jordan has never missed a late game free throw.
I'm sure he's missed some, but not
No. So your argument is flawed because in order for your argument to be factually correct, Jordan has to have never missed a shot because that's what you base it on. What you and others have done is sell Michael Jordan as flawless. He's perfect. He's never missed a shot. He's never missed a free throw.
He once did an ad for Nike in which he talked about, I've missed a lot of late shots.
But that's not what you never said that.
Okay.
All you talk about is what Jordan has done. You never talk about his flaws and what he hasn't done.
I covered him, and every time they really needed a hoop, he just got the hoop.
Every time.
And how he ended,
every time.
Well, not every time, but a majority, more than anybody I've ever covered.
Skip.
He was a force of nature.
But the numbers say LeBron James has hit more clutch playoff shots than Jordan. That's what the numbers say.
Boy, I saw it different. I've seen him run from the free throw line by making the right basketball play.
I just told you that the numbers say LeBron James has more clutch shots in the playoffs than Jordan. And you say he ran from the free throw line.
Well, he did.
That's a different argument.
Okay, he did. But I've never seen a flourish to end a career like Jordan stealing. I was sitting in the front row right there in the Delta Center. He steals the ball from Karl Malone over in the corner. He dribbles the ball up with Scottie Pippen over on the wing saying, I'm open. Nah, I got this. I'll give you a little push off on Brian Russell and goes up and holds the pose. Sort of, it was sort of like the shot, but it wasn't a fall away. He just held the pose at maybe a foot beyond the free throw line. And I still have that poster. I still have it up in my house of all the horrified look on the Jazz fans down in the end zone seats. They're like, he did it to us again.
Skip, Jordan did everything that you said he's doing. But he also had moments in which he didn't do what you said he's doing.
He was human.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that LeBron is human. As great as someone is, they can have moments in which they don't succeed.
Okay, I'll just say that Jordan was less human than LeBron. That's how I saw him, because he's superhuman. He had a superpower of clutchness that I've never seen before.
Well, he didn't have a superpower to last long as Bron.
No. I give you that. Touche. You got me. Yeah.
And still doing it.
And we're going to talk about this in a few minutes, but I'm assuming he could do it for maybe 4 more years. It wouldn't shock me.
You
4 more years, you should start chanting 4 more years.
You should hope not. You should hope not.
I should hope so. I love to talk about LeBron.
The record will be so far out there, then what's your case?
Well, there's no case to be made on the record unless Cam Thomas can average 50 a game for the next 13
First of all,
years.
The 2 highest scoring averages ever is Jordan and Wilt, a little over 30. I don't see Cam Thomas.
I don't think he will either.
I don't see Cam Thomas averaging 40.
No, but that's the only hope. Unless Luka figures out how to get in shape. I don't know, but I don't know that he will.
But still, Luka's still going to have to play 20-plus seasons.
Ridiculous. And he's not. He's already laughed at it. He says, I'm not playing that long.
What are we, 2023?
This is impossible.
So Luka's got to go to like 42.
He's not built that way. You know what? He still doesn't look like he's in very good shape to me.
Right. But here's the thing, though, Skip. It's not like LeBron is retiring. So as long as LeBron is still going, that's going to push Luka's timeline even further. So now you're looking at 2045, 2046, 47.
Yeah, I think Luka watched the game last night and turned off the TV and said, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like,
I got about 10, 12 more of these things.
Right, and then I'm good.
I'm out of here. But I don't know, Skip. The money might be so good.
You guys could debate this
maybe.
You talk about 300
morning,
for a max player.
It all kicks off Super Bowl Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.